Welcome back. If you're looking for a nice, easy adventure, well, you're probably in the wrong place, because with the school in drastic danger, the noise really just attacking from all angles. Whether or not it's because there's some sort of little relic and power, maybe they're just here on some sort of holiday adventure, or more likely, because the facility built directly underneath a active school. Let's hope that not too many of the students really get caught up in it, but who are we joking? This is a danger to all life there. One that is going to be quite interesting to see. Can each and every one of the students make it out alive? Is Vicky going to take this personally? All I'm thinking is they can't really go completely all out because some of the school may need to be actually left standing. Well, at least the cafeteria. Oh, no slow easing into this thing, just straight up giant kaiju battle against the noise. With only a minor loss of life to soldiers and possibly students. Well, probably best to get them moving pretty damn quickly, so not blocking up the corridors. How could something like this happen? Let's hope they're main characters. He's about to suffer an extreme fate. Get to the shelter. He said it. And depending on how these things operate, screaming probably isn't the best idea. If, like what we saw before, they get drawn to noise, you may want to keep as quiet as possible. Even in horribly drastic situations like that. So reinforcements actually managed to get down to the school pretty dang fast. I'm guessing, though, they'll be getting some time off after this. Although if it was my old school, not without some assignments to be doing while everyone's recuperating. Or mourning the losses that have been sustained. And above her own safety, she's going around making sure that there's no one else left hiding in the classrooms or anything. Good save. Probably best not to just stay here on the floor, though. Good thing they had elevator pass. Good thing that they were not all the way through, so wasn't just in a confined space with the noise, but also it's quite thankful they weren't split in half, so with them. And you may want to quickly get... You may want to quickly get that information across before anything happens. Is it building it down? Yeah. The one that... there was leaked information? Now that's some boob armor. So... It's quite good that she's just being ignored while in the elevator. What, she... What could... Send it back up? What's she supposed to do here? Well... singing practice. To be fair, their use isn't anything too nefarious, so... Rather than doing things to their own regard, building these... First lap, okay. The second one... Access denied. Don't say that, mate. He found a direct approach here. But in this instance, he'll make an exception. I see. So they've just been laying in wait, pretending to be getting on, even though they knew what was actually happening. Him personally? Apparently, yes. Hopefully he's watched enough movies. Excuse me? How does he have enough power for a glancing blow to damage the armor like that? What the hell is this man made of? Now double tap, make sure she's down. Oh. Just imagine how strong he'd be if he watched anime on the internet. Make him falter at the last moment. Now that's playing dirty. How much blood does he have? Well, with him down for the count there. Oh, how gracious. And since they have known about the plan and were gathering the things here to kind of draw her out, was there more set up that he didn't say? Is there a failsafe that would purge the entire system? Are they having to watch without being able to do anything here? A gut wound like that is going to be quite troublesome to deal with, though. Unless it did hit anything of vital importance. So that's the report we heard go through. Their systems itself are being wiped in front of them. Probably best he doesn't get up and moving immediately. A blood moon rises. I'm sure she'll respond immediately. Let's hope the shelters, though, where everyone is gathering to, are actually secure from the noise. Well, I don't suppose they can shake hands, make up, and be friends. I mean, it's kind of an impressive armor set, but the range of motion for the shoulders, probably not great. How did she infiltrate? Talk about naivety. Not you. Losing that would be losing valuable research data, as well as steps along a plan. Okay. 12 years. Within her genes. Right. So it's like closing of the demon sphere in an instance. It was all too late. It was over for her. And something that you would never actually know completely. Genetic spectres. They were all brought together by certain frequencies. One way of degrading all of Earth's history into being some massive ploy. And now they are enraged to a point where they have even more reason to fight back against her. If it wasn't personal before. Well, stay under that table. I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, there goes the support beams for the tower. What exactly is the plan here? Yeah, that would cause a bit of a bit of a shudder. You'd be able to feel the vibrations of that. Cannon? I mean, probably not the tallest thing I've seen, but sure. And where is it headed? What is your... The moon. The greatest evil there is. However, you're a few steps off from... Hang on, was that a chariot with an assault rifle? I mean, there's many different ways of how the moon has been perceived. I haven't really heard disharmony. Yeah, the true issue facing all of mankind. You know, throwing off the moon, destroying our oceans and everything else that it interacts with. Surely there'd be no ill consequences from it. Well, all they need to do is erase the genes from humanity, and there. Plan stopped. And how many stories have we had where the main antagonist just wants to destroy the moon? Unless it was something like Gun Lagan, where the moon itself is a giant danger in of itself. Well, it looks like there was one tunnel that was shut off from the system and separated, so it's a long story. Good cover. Not entirely false. What is this, some Saturday afternoon TV show? It might have had a little bit to do about this. All they need to do is keep her distracted on one front with the... What's that run? With the artillery bombardment. If they attack on 3 fronts, you shouldn't be able to protect from all of them. Time for greatest attack. Punch. You know, if she's got a tracking ICBM, oh, there's actually a shockwave from that. She's traveling on it. Is it to intercept the beam itself? If the moon... Well, it's going to be a little difficult... Oh, she's activating Starlink. But it's going to be a little difficult achieving medical intervention while she's in the upper atmosphere. Reminiscent of her armour. Railguns. Railgun. One person's superb song versus an entire tower building up from the power of a relic there. So while she's battling that, you may want to do something so she's not overwhelmed. Coming to that realization. Well, could have done with another verse, I think. I mean, able to intercept part of it, sure, but... Wow. After being... the moon being hit by that and still splintering off, I was expecting it to be vaporized. Let's hope for a soft landing. That was, oh no, the birth of the berserker end of that scream. It goes from despair and sorrow into pure rage. It's going to take a little bit of a repair operation to slap that moon back into place. You know, a bit more than just a bit of flex tape. I mean, that is a lot of damage. I was expecting to see more of the school under siege and in danger. Sure, we saw one soldier dude be disintegrated in front of them, but he managed to take the brunt of it while they escaped under a table. While all the others are in this shelter, I'm sure that there might be more going on then, but for when they actually re-emerge once the day has been saved. But if there was one thing, then Hibiki being the font of all naivety, hoping that things might go back to normal, be able to just get on happy, friendly, normal day-to-day business. I don't think that's possible anymore, and with that being stripped away from her, well, she might be going all out to enact some sort of vengeance. Is Chris going to be fine? We saw her falling, at least in one We saw close up maybe one piece, and I didn't see didn't hear multiple things hit the ground, so let's say one piece. There may be a chance for some sort of survival there. They made the precedent already with, I was going to say Kanade, but it's the other one, Spasa. Just make it easy for us. You can't have a character be introduced like this, have a little arc, and then deleted so quickly without a true moment to shine. Even if she did stop the massive beam going, most of the massive beam going into the moon. And even if they do stop her now, she has in effect damaged part of the moon, destabilized it. It's going to affect orbit a little. I think the sanctions and stuff are going to be put in place by the governments around the world on this organisation. It's going to be slightly drastic. You have actively worked to aid someone creating a tower underneath your decoy school that has attempted to destroy the moon. You have aided and abetted someone that has attempted to destroy the moon. I don't believe this little safety organisation is going to stick around for too much longer. Not in its current state. Not that it has much of a current state with everything being destroyed. And much like the Abstergo project thing from Assassin's Creed, being able to reawaken memories of long past ancestors. If they didn't erase your existence and assume your body upon hearing a certain frequency, it might be somewhat interesting, but what the hell is going on? And does that mean that the foretelling of figures throughout history rising up to the position they were, managing to do the things that they did, were all an attempt to this same thing from Finney, use the relics and the power to, well, maybe it's not always the same person, but at least knowing somewhat about all the frequency shit. It's probably best not to ask, though, if, well, based on certain experimentations and things that we've known about afterwards, but exactly what was being done with the Symphogears during a certain holiday adventure time in 1939 to 45. If ever there was anyone looking to extract power to form some sort of massive weapon, you can be sure it would happen during then. Actually, I would be kind of interested in seeing that story. You've got to love the commander. No special skills, no ex machina bullshit pulling out of his ass. No, it's just the power of potentially bad action movies and a good night's sleep. We can't let this routine be known to the masses. There'll be outright catastrophe on an unprecedented level if we'd known about proper sleep schedules. Imagine if you were just watching some like Jet Li movies and suddenly you can bench press a house. I think tickets to the cinema would kind of go up in price. But with the multicoloured kaleidoscope monstrosity that is this tower stretching into the heavens, It's going to take a while to demolish parts of it. I don't really think it can really be repurposed in any way, but now we've seen kind of what the power of the relics can do when recreating this giant tower. What if they can be put to a better use? Or someone with a little more ambition than just old man yelling at clouds in a way of half-dressed ancestor shouting at the moon. Well, that's one more episode of Symphogear downwards. Not too many left in this season. We need to recap on everyone in school somewhat being safe. Maybe if they're actually getting to a shelter zone. Those shelter zones themselves are actually airtight against the noise. Or soundproof, I should say. With the loss of Chris, how hard is Hibiki going to fight now? Maybe tooth and nail. We will see. Are we going to see the events which commented in the beginning of the very first episode with the photo and, oh, I wish you were here. If you're excited for that, make sure you don't miss out. Consider subscribing if you want to see more, especially if it's more Symphogear. But leave a comment down below, maybe even a like on the video if there's anything you would like to put, or if there's anything I've missed, or purely some stupid movies that I should watch to really kind of bulk up. But in the meantime, get yourselves a bit of a rest, so that I can see you in the next one.